Everybody, welcome back to Tech Odyssey. So today I'm here with another unboxing video, and this time it's the BlackBerry KEY2 LE. So I got the BlackBerry KEY2 recently. I did a review on it, spent some time with it. I've still got it. It's hanging out with me right here. But now I've got its little brother, the BlackBerry KEY2 LE. So some fundamental changes here, but essentially you're getting the same keyboard experience, roughly. You're getting the same screen, basically the same speaker. It's the same dimensions, all that good stuff. But there's some changes under the hood that help drive the cost down and make it a little bit more affordable, but still give you that essential keyboard typing BlackBerry experience that you want. So you're not having to shell out $500–600 to get the KEY2. This puts a little bit more in like the $350–400 wheelhouse and gives you something that is pretty much on par in most areas, but is not going to break your bank. So let's go ahead and take a closer look. Let's take this sucker out of the box and get a good look at the KEY2 LE and what comes in the box with it. All right, so here we are with the BlackBerry KEY2 LE. So I got the slate colored one. It's kind of like a slate gray. It's like the black variant. They also have a champagne one and a red one. On the back, you can see some of the specs. 4G LTE, 4.5 inch, 1080p, 433 pixel per inch panel. It's got a Snapdragon 636, 4 gigabytes of RAM. It's got a 13 megapixel and 5 megapixel camera on the back, 8 megapixel on the front, and 3000 milliamp battery. So pretty good. It's got a power efficient processor. So even though the battery did drop down from 3500 milliamps to 3000 from the KEY2 to the LE, it should still crank out pretty decent battery. And it does. I've had the phone before, so I can say that, and I expect that it's just as fine now almost a year later, which is crazy that the KEY2 LE was announced like a year ago. So it's a nice alternative to the KEY2. You lose a little bit of the functionality, which I'll talk about here in a little bit, mostly the touch sensitive keyboard, but here it is in all its glory. It is a fancy looking device. Got the BlackBerry logo on the back. You can see the dual camera setup there, and overall I think they did a good job with keeping the aesthetics and the tactile feel of the buttons and everything intact. Overall, they did a good job, and I like it. I had the red one the first time. There's an up-close look at the cameras. It's got kind of the textured back on it. It is more rubberized than the KEY2, so it does have a nice grip to it. And ta-da! Look what we have here. We have the KEY2. So you can look at them both side by side. The KEY2, of course, has the dual 12 megapixel cameras on the back, but the overall setup looks about the same. You see there are some slight fundamental differences with the keyboard. It's more spaced out on the KEY2 versus the KEY2 LE, and they both, the spacebar operates as the fingerprint sensor. It works great on both. The buttons are a little bit tighter on the LE. Now you can see there are differences in the texture. It's got a wider pattern on it, and the material does seem to be slightly different. The KEY2 is a little bit thicker than the LE. It is, of course, housing a larger battery, 3500 milliamps, and it's got the Snapdragon 660. On the sides, you can see that the buttons are identical. Got the volume buttons, the power button, and then the convenience key, which you can program for whatever, but it is set up for Google Assistant straight out of the box, which is kind of nice. If you just never get around to programming it to something else, it's nice having the ease of just hitting the button on the side and getting the Google Assistant. So here's the documentation, quick start guide. There's not a whole lot in here worth noting. You've got your SIM ejector tool on the back side of the little information packet box there. And there we go, got it powered up. Flip that over so it doesn't mess with the brightness on the screen. You got a nice little charging cable here. It's a USB-C charging cable. It's not very long. I think it's like a 1.8 feet or whatever that standard short distances that carriers seem to think is acceptable to send out with the phone. Not very long at all. You have your quick charge power brick. It should be 5 volt, 3 amps. So you get a nice quick charge capability out of this. It does charge pretty fast. And then here we have our earphones with the BlackBerry logo on them. Nothing too crazy to write home about, but it does go nicely with the phone, especially since it still has a headphone jack on top of the device. It also has Bluetooth 5.0, which supports the latest and greatest for your headphones and earphones if you want to use them that way. And then you've got 2 extra sets of ear tips here for your earphones, so you can put them in for your own individual comfort. They've got like the small, medium, and large size, so you're good to go there. Now, taking a look at the phone, you can see it powered up here. One thing that I really like is it does have the random wallpaper set up every time you turn it on and off the screen, so that's nice. I always leave that there. I don't usually change mine, but you can see the brightness is turned down there. It doesn't get too crazy bright, but the screen is nice enough. It's got a decent panel, and then there we go. Like I said, I hit the convenience key and it fires up the Google Assistant. But again, you can program it to pretty much any function or app on the phone, which is really nice, and hence why they call it the convenience key. So pretty cool there. Overall, I think it's still a nice phone. You can pick it up for about $350 from a couple different places. They're kind of hard to find nowadays, but they do have the red one on Best Buy. I saw, I think, for $299 if you activate it as of today, which is the 1st of October. So kind of have to look around for them now, but still, I think it's a solid phone, and it's the best that's out there in the low budget sector as far as keyboards if you want a physical keyboard phone and you still love BlackBerry. So that's all I've got on the BlackBerry KEY2 LE unboxing video. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section. I'll get back with you. And as always, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.